Hello, everybody. Welcome to this special edition of Inspiration 44, also known as On the Wall Radio. I am your host, Stacy Lynn Harp, and tonight I am broadcasting live from Amarillo or Amarillo, Texas. Okay, we don't know how to say it, just so y'all know.
If you're Caucasian, it's Amarillo.
I always say Amarillo. Oh, well,
That's
whatever.
Because you're from Southern California.
Yes, I guess so.
Hispanic influence.
Yes.
Unlike people from Tejas.
So are you joining me in the show?
Apparently not.
Okay. All right. So, anyway, hopefully you can hear me. I've never actually done a live show like on Spreaker like this one, just so y'all know. But anyway, just want to welcome you to this evening. Randall and me have had the adventure of a lifetime. Well, Randall hasn't really, but I have, just so you know. And the first thing I want to say to you, first of all, if you happen to be a regular On the Wall radio listener, for some reason, we just discovered that there was no show that was actually posted for today. I think we were supposed to schedule our Ruth Bible study, and apparently that didn't happen. So you guys were like probably going, "Hey, where's the show?" Well, sorry about that. In the hurry and the hustle of everything that's been going on this past 2 weeks in particular, it's actually a miracle that we have been able to do anything, just so you know. I mean, all the stuff that we've done, it's just insane what we've done in the last couple of weeks. So just thought I'd let you know that. Sorry about that. We didn't have the Bible study, but we do have some good guests lined up for the rest of the week. In fact, if you give me a second here, I can log in and tell you who those are going to be, so you guys can keep a lookout for that, because we aim to please here. By the way, we're also still doing the On the Wall Radio weekly giveaway, although this one has been extended because of our travels. We're still offering Dr. Arnold Fruchtenbaum's excellent series, The Life of Christ from a Jewish Perspective, on DVD. So if you haven't gone to onthewallradio.com and joined that yet, I would totally encourage you to go over and put in your request to enter the contest. It's really easy to do, and I am really looking forward to whoever wins, because I know whoever wins, you're just going to be blessed. You're going to have so much biblical knowledge coming that you're just going to not know what to do, because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, how come nobody in my church ever taught me this stuff? And yes, I'm generalizing, just so you know. But have you ever known me not to generalize? That is the question. No, I'm kidding. Not really. Well, I don't know. Maybe I am kidding. Am I kidding? I don't know if I am or not. I'm waiting for Blog Talk, just so you know. Anyway, so while I'm waiting for Blog Talk, let me tell you that today, Randall and I, we set out initially to leave early so that we could get to Elk Grove. Is that right?
That's where we intended to go.
Yeah, Oklahoma. Elk City. Yeah, okay. Which would have been about a 6-hour drive. If there wasn't snow all over the place. And as it turned out, what happened was we left early. We got, we did everything. We have 4 animals, so there's a lot we have to do. We have to make sure we get the litter box all, picked up, and get all the animals fed and watered and get their businesses done and all that stuff. So it takes us a good hour at least to get ready, which is, I'm sure, how all you parents out there feel when you go to church every Sunday with your children, right? So anyway, so it's been a lot of work that we've been doing. And anyways, to make a long story short, our goal was to get to Oklahoma today, and we didn't. Even though we left early, I didn't even take a shower, because I was like, okay, I'm going to save some time. I'm not going to take a shower. Um, so we were going through New Mexico, and on I-40, it's just snowing all over the place, and literally we drove. It took us a couple of hours to get through. Well, I don't know. It was quite a bit of probably, I don't know, 40 or 50 miles doing, between 15 and 30 miles an hour. So it was a long time, and that really killed our 6-hour driving time, and so there was no way. And then what happened was my car yesterday, when we were driving, I was trying to go ahead and get my windshield clean, and I couldn't. Because what happened was when I went and squirted the water from my windshield wipers, I think it froze the part where the water comes out because it was so cold. And of course, then my windshield was all like messed up from snow and all this other stuff. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So today, my windshield was all messed up with all the snow and all that on there. And because my thing froze and I couldn't get it to work, I'm looking through a horribly foggy and messed up windshield. So that happened, and then I told around. I said, I can't deal with this. I said, I'm stressing out because it's just, not only am I driving in ice and snow for the first time. Seriously, people, yes, me, first time. I'm from California, remember? Anyway, but now my windshield wipers aren't working, and then all of a sudden, I noticed my turn signals weren't working, which you don't want to have happen, right? Nowhere. So we ended up making our way off the freeway. We ended up finding a pit stop at a place there in New Mexico. Is that right? Yeah, New Mexico. And we spent a couple of hours, I think it was, at that pit stop where we were because we were talking on the phone to people, and then Randall discovered some stuff with our house in Tennessee that we're trying to get, and some things were missing, and some stuff happened. And to make a long story short, we had to rebook all of our hotel reservations and all of that. We did that from the side of the road. So I have to give big kudos to AAA. And AAA is pretty awesome. I mean, I never really paid much attention to AAA until today, really, because they really came through. They were, we were able to tell them, hey, we made a reservation here. Can you please cancel it? And so there was no penalty for that. And then they made another reservation for us here in Amarillo, Texas. And the thing is they had to make sure that they found us a place that we could not only get to, but also that took animals. So it took us about an hour and a half to get here, give or take. I forgot how long it was, but anyway. So, and we made it into Texas. So here I am, live from Texas. It's my first time in Texas. No, it's not. I lied. It's my second time in Texas. It's my first time in Amarillo, Texas. I have to say that it was very interesting because being here in Texas. Hi, Tammy. I want to see. I just saw you in the chat room there. I'm new to this on live here. You know what? I'm doing okay. Very congested in my nose, but let me just say this is my first time my second time in Texas. First time I was in Texas was when I went to David Barton's Pro-Family Legislators Conference, and that was a couple of years ago. And where is Wall Builders? I forgot. I'll have to look it up, but I can't remember at the moment because my brain is fried. But anyway, this is my first time in Amarillo, right? So it was kind of funny because the sign, what I've tried to do is I've tried to catch the signs as you're going in and out of each state. And it said something like, you're now leaving New Mexico, the Enchantment State, the land of enchantment.
Land of enchantment.
Yeah, that's not my name for New Mexico. My name is Give Me a Heart Attack and Make Me Want to Die in New Mexico. Anything with Mexico in it, get me away, please. I know that sounds horrible, but anyway. Um, so we're going through, and then literally within a few minutes, I smell this poop, this cow manure. I'm like, there must be cows around here, and I turned, and sure enough, right there to the right, there's this whole pasture of cows. I mean, that's something you don't smell in Orange County, okay? You might smell it if you go to certain parts of Orange County, like in Chino or something like that, but you have to go out in order to smell cows and stuff. So, and then we saw this really cool flock of geese that Randall, or birds, I guess it was, that was on the left side and stuff, and so that was good. And the ride was relatively uneventful as far as, I mean, the first part of the day, it was like, okay, we're driving in snow and black ice, and there's big rigs all over the place. I have to be honest, say I am totally terrified of driving by big rigs. They scare me. I'm in a little convertible, and I know the power of a big rig, man. It could totally crush me and kill me right there on the spot if it wanted to. And, and so it took me a little while after spending a couple hours driving through snow to trust that the road that I was driving on had no snow on it. So I was a little bit paranoid there. And anyway, so our goal for today was basically to get someplace before it got dark, because I don't drive good at dark. And after what happened last night, oh my gosh, I have to tell you, when I was coming in here to Amarillo, I want to say Amarillo, but it's not how you say it, right? It's Amarillo. See, now I don't know. See, in California, if it's...
Is it Istanbul or Constantinople? I don't know.
Okay, well, anyway, bottom line is, I-40, so I'm going off it, and then, of course, we're coming into Amarillo, or Amarillo, depending on however you want to say it, and all of a sudden I see all of these buildings. Oh, there's a Kmart, there's whatever, there's a Hooters, there's all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's good. There's people, they exist. No more open land everywhere, because for the most part, that's all we saw was wide open land. People who say that overcrowding, that America is overcrowded, they don't know what the heck they're talking about. They're crazy. Where I just came from in Orange County, now that's overcrowded. That's why I wanted to leave, because I was just stressed out from all the traffic and stuff and other stuff. But anyway, coming into Amarillo and getting to the hotel we're at, I have to tell you honestly, after what happened last night, my hands broke out. My hands broke out into a cold, like not even a cold sweat, like a hot sweat when I began to see people. And then, I was like, oh my gosh, I am surrounded by cars again. And the problem is it was getting dark and I don't know the area. And so, my heart's beating. And Randall went to Walmart this morning. Was it Walmart? Yeah. He went to Walmart this morning and bought me a GPS, because I don't have one in my car that worked. And so I had that, at least. But it was still nerve-wracking just getting over from the one lane, getting off the freeway. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm having a heart attack. So I told Randall that it was a miracle of God I didn't get killed just trying to get over. Because, like I said, my vision is blurry and it's not the greatest at night. So what we are going to do for the rest of this week, even though we had planned on arriving in Tennessee on Wednesday, there is no way that is going to happen at this point. We still have to figure out what we're going to do with my car, because Randall found the fuse that what'd you do? You took the radio fuse from...
Yeah, the fuse for the turn signal and wipers and washers, they're all on one fuse for some reason. That fuse blew.